everyone, welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie, and today I am here with my weekly WIP and Chat. If you are new or you're just not sure what that means, WIP stands for work in progress. In this case, it's going to be a diamond painting on my part. And chat just obviously means we're going to chat and spend some time together today. So feel free to pull out a project to work alongside me, whether it's a diamond painting or if your project of choice is chores or errands or just kind of kicking back and relaxing. I'm just so glad that you're here and looking forward to catching up at the beginning of the week and the end of my weekend here as I'm sitting down to record. As always, so I do have my weekly WIP and Chats going up on Monday mornings. Usually I'm sitting down like I am now on a Sunday evening to wrap up my weekend and just get into the mindset for the week ahead. So that's what we're here to do today. As far as what I'm going to be working on and with, I'll have all of these that I'm able to linked below. So the kit I'm going to be working on, remember how I told you in last week's WIP and Chat, I was kind of talking about a potential sort of idea that I had as far as what projects I wanted to work on next. Well, and I said, wait and see what happens in next week's WIP and Chat. Well, I'm here to tell you that I have decided to go ahead with this project of working on all of these Disney Diamond Art Club Amazon exclusive kits that are all cute little snack size kits. They're all the same size, 33 by 44 centimeters. And so they're snack size and really adorable. And where is it? All in this art style. Why can I not get this? Oh, there we go. Okay. So I'm working on this kit, which is called Pocahontas Believe in Magic. It is the licensed Disney artwork. And I just started this earlier today. So these are moving pretty quickly. This is actually my third of the 8 kits that are on the Amazon storefront right now. And so I am happy with how fast these are zipping along. And I have more to share about that project and overall idea, but this is the original artwork, and each of these has one of the princesses usually with one of her cute little animal friends. And so I have this is a clay that my friend Catherine had helped me get my hands on a few years back. And there's one for each of the Disney princesses, and it has each of them with their cute little companion. I had intended to turn them into cover minders by putting magnets on the back, but just never really got around to it, and instead thought, well, I'll just kind of keep them as cute little clay figurines that can still function as cute cover minders, which, I mean, for me, cover minders mostly are just to be pretty and coordinate with my kids anyway. So I'm excited to have all these different princesses to incorporate. My pen is from a recent small shop haul. It's from Lace and Lathe Works. The colors in this pen really just seem to match this kit perfectly. So really glad that it worked out for me to be using this one during one of my WIP and Chats for this kit. And then I decided to grab one of my bigger trays in my collection. This is does it say on here? I can't remember. Yeah, it does. The Fine Boy size from Cat Proof Trays. Because the background has so much color blocking, I just want to be able to dump a ton of diamonds into here and multi-place to my heart's content. And so a nice big tray. I picked a darker color because the background color is light. I'm about to yawn. Excuse me. Since the background color is light, it'll show up more clearly against a dark tray. So there's that. It's from Cat Proof. And this is from Naturama's Mud, which I had incorrectly said, and I think last week's WIP and Chat or the week before, that it looked like maybe their shop had disappeared or gone on hiatus. I think that I must have just had a typo, or if they were ever, gone temporarily, their shop is open now. So I'll have their shop linked. It's spelled Daisies, not IES at the end, but YS. So I'm wondering if I just misspelled it when I put the name into Etsy. But anyway, this is in the scent Unicorn Dreams and is Not Your Mama's Mud is the name of the product. And I'm going to be using Randa's Crafty Corner in Vanilla Cupcake in my multi-placer. This one is kind of in honor of my youngest had a birthday yesterday, and cupcakes with sprinkles were his dessert of choice for us to have. So anyway, let me go ahead and load up my pen. Let me grab one of my metal multi-placers and swap this out, and go ahead and load in some fresh putty as well. Ooh, does that not need I don't think that needs all that washi tape. Let's see if I take this off. What happens? So I use washi tape if the multi-placer, there we go, that's perfect. If the multi-placer fits a little bit too loosely in here, and so actually this isn't the, no, it's fine. Actually, no, I want to keep this putty in here because I might use it for, that putty is too fresh. Let me grab one that has older putty. We'll swap that out instead. I try not to be wasteful. I really try not to be wasteful. I can help it. Anyway, I use washi tape to help with helping the, sorry, I can't like talk and walk and chew gum at the same time. Case in point. Washi tape helps the multi-placer sit in here a little bit more sturdily. So there is that. So these thin metal multi-placers are from Diamond Art Club, and they're essentially exclusively what you're going to see me use here on my channel, just because they do work really well for me. I like them a lot. There was a friend over in the Crafters Den Discord, which anyone is welcome to join. It is open to everyone and is very, 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 very chill and laid back. But there was someone in there that was asking for tips on using Diamond Art Club's metal multi-placers. And I was trying to think of some suggestions to give because I'm like, oh, I swear by these. These are all I use at this point. I love how accurate it feels like I can be with them. And just it works really well for me as far as like picking up drills and stuff goes. But I always say when it comes to things like pens, wax, putty, the specifics of what you like it's just going to be so subjective. So anyway, just kind of setting this in there, making sure that's, yeah. Okay. It smells very, just lightly like a vanilla cupcake. I don't find Randa's scents to be too overpowering in terms of scent. So if you're scent sensitive, I think it's safe to give it a try. I think, do they still have an unscented variety? I can't remember. They might. I feel like they every once in a while will stock an unscented version of their putty, but and then I need wax, and then we'll see. We might get through this whole section and then some today. In my Patreon live stream earlier and YouTube memberships live stream earlier, I got through 2 whole sections in just under 2 hours, and that was with me pausing regularly to, like, I was showing random things on my, screen to them and talking to chat and stuff. So I feel like a 1 hour dedicated WIP and Chat where I'm basically distraction free. I think there's a solid chance we'll get through this whole section, but who knows? Maybe I'm about to eat my words. We'll find out. I am thoroughly ignoring the perforated cover and the lines on here. I really do just like to make my own size sections. And like, for example, this kit being 33 by 44 centimeters, it's just begging to be broken into 11 by 11 sections. And that's exactly what I have done, because that, actually, just let her hang out over here. I like having even size sections. I know some people don't care about that kind of thing, but just, I guess I do. So let me grab this background color and we will see, let's see how long it takes to get through. So anyway, hi friends, look at this giant container I'm using. I'm using the Cottage Mills dot box storage system. It's I think I said I was using this one in last week's WIP and Chat too. It's not my favorite storage system, but it's really easy in a pinch when I have a kit that doesn't have too many colors in it, and that giant container being able to fit all of the bags of this background color in, it's handy. So anyway, so hello friends, how are you doing? Happy Monday. I hope that you had a restful weekend and that your week is off to a great start as well. Let me go ahead and try to make sure we're not going to have weird focus issues here. Just a moment. Okay, we'll try that. We had a very, very full weekend actually, which I will be happy to share about with you in just a little bit. But I'll just say that after a very full weekend, in a good way, I am happy to be kind of just unwinding here on this Sunday evening. Just enjoying a little bit of quiet, just a little bit of diamond painting. I was feeling a little bit like, I think that maybe allergies are flaring, because after I was talking for 2 hours in that live stream, and I swear this is not like a shameless plug, it's relevant, but I thought, oh, I feel like my throat is actually starting to bother me a bit, but I don't feel sick, like I don't feel too like run down or anything. And then I realized that like Connor's had some kind of allergy symptoms, like even just his eyes were kind of red earlier, and I thought, oh, I wonder if we're kind of dealing with some allergies. The weather has been warmer here, but I was a little nervous thinking, oh, I hope that this isn't going to affect my WIP and Chat, after having talked for 2 hours. So I just kind of went on a little, very, very mini little vocal rest for a couple hours between that live and then hopping on to film this video. So yeah, I did get some good diamond painting in this weekend. I mentioned that I think this is the 3rd of the 8 princess kits so far. I finished Anna last week, I think shortly after I finished filming my WIP and Chat. And then I spent some time working on some other projects and kind of basically just messing around, killing time until I decided if I wanted to go ahead and do all of these princesses. And I was trying to brainstorm, like, okay, if I'm going to do that, what's a sort of interesting way that I could make a video from it? What would be enjoyable, entertaining, helpful, those kinds of things that I could do as a video idea. And so I spent some time working on some other projects. I did a little bit of pixels. I did some work on my temperature project, and then ultimately ended up using a random name wheel, like a random wheel picker, to choose what my second project would be, and it ended up being the Mulan kit. Now, that kit, I'm bummed to say I'm not going to be able to count it as a March finish because I ran out of one of my colors. This happens like just every once in a while to me with Diamond Art Club kits. It's not common, and I've done a ton of kits from them. But I had an email out to them last night, and I had an email back within, I'm not even kidding you, 30 seconds. That was like order confirmation for placement drills. So even if they get here really quickly, they're certainly not going to get here overnight. So I'm just kind of like, dang it, not quite going to have it in time to count this as a finish for March. I mean, it's like I don't need to split hairs. I could say that it's basically done, but for some reason, my brain just won't let me. It's like, no, there's still drills left to be placed on the canvas. It's not a finish. But that was a fun one. It had a really light color background that I'll just say I am glad that this seems to feature a slightly tighter drill field, because at least the drills are lining up without much fuss. This putty is really sticky. That's why it keeps pulling a couple of drills off when I lay them down. I feel like the drills are lining up pretty neatly, which helps a lot, because otherwise I'd be fussing with the spacing and spending a ton of time on it. And no, it's not perfect, but I feel like it's good enough, and it's not distractingly bad. And so that's really helping. I know some people would probably feel like, oh, there's just no way I could work on those color blocked backgrounds. And that's fair. You know what? Good for you for knowing what kinds of kits you do and don't like to work on. I know that I have a selective tolerance for highly confetti heavy kits. And whether or not I enjoy this kind of color blocking really just is gonna depend on the kit. But these haven't been too bad. I'm not sure if I'm going to work on all 8 of these kits like straight through without working on anything else. I figured I'd kind of reevaluate after I get halfway through them and kind of see, do I feel like I want to take a little break and go work on a different kit, like start a new project from a different company and whatnot. But I'll tell you what, the Diamond Art Club sneak peek I have for this week, yeah, that's one of those kits that I'm like, let's drop everything and work on this one. But I want to mix it up, not just have a bunch of Diamond Art Club kits here in the mix for you, though I know you guys are always so very sweet and saying, just work on what you love. I hear you. I hear you. That's why I'm doing all these princess kits, okay? But yeah, so I did go ahead and order the 2 Amazon Disney Diamond Art Club princess kits that I hadn't originally ordered for my very first Disney princess haul video, the one with the Amazon exclusives. So I was missing Snow White and Jasmine, and so those arrived, and I'll incorporate kind of a little mini unboxing of those maybe in the princess series, I think. But I have ideas. But you guys can let me know if there are specific things you would be interested in seeing as part of this Disney Princess little video. I said series. I'm really only thinking of doing one video on it. Feel free to let me know. Like if there's, I don't know what that would look like, but if something comes to mind that you're like, ooh, I'd love to see this as part of the video, you know I'm always open to your thoughts and your feedback. And it's very sweet that you just take time to leave a comment. So thank you. But yes, this one's moving along. It's fun to have these licensed Disney kits. I'm still not over it. There's part of me that's like, I could just work on licensed Disney kits for the rest of my diamond painting career. I love them so much. But yeah, so you'll see the ones that I've completed so far in my month in review. I don't know. I'm just gonna have to see how the next day or so goes. I don't know that I'm quite gonna finish this kit in time to call it a March finish. Like they go fast, but I don't know if it'll just depend on how tomorrow goes. Like the kids will be in school, I can diamond paint while they're at school, but then Connor has a dentist appointment in the afternoon I'll take him to, and so I don't know. We'll see. But that would be fun if I were able to at least finish this one and it'll make up for not having Mulan done. Hold on, I see a holy drill. If you notice that a diamond that you put down has like a little hole on the top or a little speck that won't rub off, if you notice it, do you pick it off and replace it, or do you just leave it? Are you like, once it's on, I'm not touching it? It was cute. I saw someone bring that exact question up. It was in one of the diamond painting Facebook groups. I don't think it was Diamonds and Emeralds. It was one of them. It doesn't really matter. But someone asked and said, do you leave your imperfect diamonds in the mix or not? And said, I do, because I like sort of the character. It feels like it gives my piece some character in a way that I enjoy. Which that's a really sweet way to look at it. I'm more of the mind that's like, if I'm spending time to do this project and I notice something that's not perfect, then if I notice it, then I feel like I have to fix it. But I don't know. I'm always curious to hear. I feel like most people would say that they would replace it, but if you don't, I'm curious why. If you're just like, oh, it doesn't bother me, or do you have like more of a like romantic reason? Like, oh, it gives some character. But so yes. Disney princess kits galore. It's been fun to use a random like spinny name wheel to decide what my kits are going to be. Because I don't know. Normally I'm very like, I want to follow my nose. I want to work on exactly what I'm in the mood to work on. But this is like just so relaxed that it's easy to incorporate that element of randomness to it. It's also very low stakes, because it's like, if I don't love necessarily working on the artwork, at least I know it's really small and that it's going to be done in a couple of days. So I don't have to suffer for too long, right? I mentioned that this past week I also started on my 2025 temperature project. Finally, there was a part of me that was starting to feel nervous and thinking, am I just going to end up deciding that I want to throw in the towel and not try to do a temperature project this year and just say I couldn't do it, you guys? There's too much going on. But in the midst of killing time, being indecisive about this princess series of kits, I thought, well, let me go ahead, because if I let it go one more month, I really don't think it's going to happen. Like, we're now, like, this is the third month of the year. Let me see if I can get my life together and get this thing together. So I'd had to order some drills to do some of the like outer elements of the project and stuff, and so I had gone ahead and placed that order. They had arrived, and I just sat down. It took me a couple of days, but I got the bookshelf frame, because it's a bookshelf style temperature project, and there's like each shelf represents a month, and then there's so many books on each shelf where each book represents a day, and I have my color chart for if the high was 72 this day, then I use this DMC color of special drill, so on and so forth. but I still needed to kind of lay the foundation, like actually do the book frame and like the top of it where there was like a plaque with like the year in it that I was diamond painting and whatnot. And so that was kind of one of the more intensive parts of it, because it was like counting to make sure I had it all just right and all that. But it did come together. It came together, and I have all of January and February done. I'm currently trying to decide on the background color of the bookshelf. That's my current holdup, but at least I'm able to do the books, and that much is done. And then I just kind of lightly cover it with the plastic cover, and that protects it while I decide what color I want to do on the background. You'll see it in my month in review video. I'm happy that I have progress to share on that one. I don't know that I'll get March done before then, but I am so much happier with the color palette that I went with this year. I love it so much more. I'm so much happier with it, and I'm sure that's going to be pretty obvious in my month in review videos, because I feel like last year, whenever I'd bring out my temperature project to talk about, I just felt like such an Eeyore. I was just always like, yeah, this is a learning experience is what I kept calling it, which is just my way of trying to like put a positive spin on it so it didn't feel like a waste of time. I'm always trying to find a reason to like not feel like I wasted my time on something. And so yeah, just kept insisting, okay, this is a learning experience. But in my head being like, I don't love how this is coming out. I made mistakes with the color palettes I chose. And anyway, so this year is off to a better start in that sense, in my opinion, for sure. So that's going on. And then in April, April will be the last month of the Flossy Fox Night of the Frost Dragon stitch along. And so that project I've had going since September, and I am a little bit behind. I haven't done part 7 yet. There's 8 parts in total. Part 7 released on like March 10th, and then part 8 comes out on April 10th. Either way, I want to finish it in April. Like once that last part releases, I will just be excited to sit down and finish it completely. And I'm excited to do that and see how it looks and see like what are going to be the like final elements in part 8, because it's a mystery, you know, what the theme is and whatnot. But it's like each month there's something new being revealed. I absolutely think that I will do another one. I think that Flossy Fox does them pretty regularly, and yeah, I definitely see myself, as long as I like the look of the theme, doing one again, which I like her art style. I like a lot of the kinds of themes and things that she tends to draw, and so I would guess that that'll be something I end up doing. It's hard to imagine she'd do a theme or do something that's just completely 100% not my taste. I know there's no washi tape border. I know. I've just been feeling like a little bit lazy with these kits, where it's like I just want to kit it up and go. I don't want to spend a bunch of time pulling matching accessories. It just so happened that I still had this pen in particular sitting out from my last small shop haul. But in general, it's like, no, I don't really want to pull out matching washi tape and trays and all that. But I do want to get some kind of washi tape border on these, because I am definitely noticing in the Mulan kit, I was like, oh, there's already like cat hair in a couple of spots. I should really get a washi tape border on this, but yeah, I'll find something that'll work for this one, and at least, you know, slap some kind of border on it. But anyway. So yeah, temperature project, happy to report that is actually off the ground, and I think I'm that much more excited to work on it because I'm happier with the colors that I went with. It's all pale pastels. I love it. I absolutely love it. So that's that. And can you guys go ahead and make fun of me a little bit? One of you had commented about this, it might have been a week or two ago. I don't remember what video it was on, but can I just say that until I saw this comment, I had flat forgotten. I don't know if I blocked it. Did I block it out maybe? I don't even know. But I had just flat forgotten that I hadn't really done a post review on my giant cross-stitch conversion project from last year. I think it's because I know that I want to be able to have part of that video be on how I would display it. There's some different things that I want to like try out and test out, but I just, between finances being kind of limited and just me feeling like I don't have the like brain power to put on it, which might sound really silly, I haven't gotten to it. And that project was really labor intensive in general to work on. So I think that maybe there's part of me that just is kind of avoiding it because I'm like, it was just so much work. But I really badly would like to sort of tie up those loose ends. Is that the phrase? Tie up loose ends? Tie up those loose ends. I want to close off that project, just bookend it and be like, okay, and here it's done. I get to say it's complete. We've come full circle after years of working together on this project. So it's on my brain, but I think that I am dealing with what my husband told me this term the other day, and it stuck out to me so strongly. It like resonated with me. It was this idea of analysis paralysis. This idea of you want so badly for something to be perfect and to have researched it to the point that you feel like you know everything you need to know about it and you've made the absolute 100% best decision possible, that you set yourself up to just be paralyzed with indecision because it's impossible to like feel like you have done all of the research and have, you know, arrived at the absolute most perfect conclusion that you're going to be happy with. And as soon as he described that, because a friend of ours, he said, who I really relate to, he feels like deals with this too. And as soon as he said it, I thought, oh my gosh, that's so me, especially when it's something that feels like it has weight to it and is really important. It's like, I want it to be perfect. It needs to be perfect because whether it's something you've spent a lot of time on or it's something you care really deeply about, it's analysis paralysis. It's like you're analyzing it to death to the point that you can't even make a decision. And I get stuck in that so often, way more often than I would care to admit, about so many different things. I will research it to get to death. For a hot second, like a few years ago, I'm just getting a nice look at my hand. I was really interested in the Enneagram as a concept. I think that typically they don't necessarily just reduce it to being a personality test so much as a personality profile, maybe. I really strongly, I think it was a type 5. It was whatever the researcher was. I think it was a type 5 that I remembered really relating to. It was like, yeah, I want to just really research something to death to feel like I understand it to like the maximum amount possible, which kind of follows with things like even sort of how I approach diamond painting, I feel like. But I love analyzing and sort of having a like not just knowledge about, but like a true understanding of all of these tiny little details of diamond painting as a craft. So it's like, yeah, that follows too. But anyway, where was I going with that? Oh, the cross-stitch conversion project review. So I think that I'm stuck in that, and I just need to be like, something is better than nothing. Like, you're like, good is still good enough. It doesn't have to be perfect. Like, what is it? Don't let perfect be the enemy of good is another one. Anyway, so I'm just trying to internalize these ideas for myself a little bit more. So yeah, I don't know how soon I'll have that actually ready, but I'm trying to move it at least to more of the forefront of my brain. And if some of you have joined my channel more recently, you may have actually no idea what I'm talking about. I tackled this huge cross-stitch chart, turning it into a diamond painting. And it was so big that I split it into 8 different panels. And it's complete. Like, I finished diamond painting all those panels. It took me a few years. But I know that, like, the main question on that review video, what people want to see is how would you display it? Even though I don't have the space or the intent to try to display it in my home, I still want to be able to share some practical ideas for how to go about that and kind of share my learnings on it too. So I have a whole playlist dedicated to my cross-stitch conversion projects I've done over the years. So that'll be below. in the description box with lots of other helpful links too. So yeah, that's been on my mind. And then let's see, today is going to be Monday, the last day of March, which means that tomorrow, the first day of April, is not just April Fool's, but also my 5-year diamond painting anniversary, which I mentioned last week, I know. But yeah, 5 years since I started diamond painting, since I first laid a diamond down on a canvas. And that's really hard to believe, that it has been 5 years. It's kind of mind-blowing. This phrase gets thrown around a lot to the point that it probably sounds very overused, but I don't have a better way to put it, and it is extremely true for me, and that's that if you would have told me 5 years ago that I would not only still be diamond painting, loving the craft, but that I would have created a YouTube channel and have sort of this whole other side to it too that has been an incredible blessing to my family and to me, and I hope has brought some joy and some help if you're looking for it, and helped you feel like less alone, and like diamond painting is that much more accessible and enjoyable to you, like the community that's here. It just I would never ever in a million years have imagined that, because it's not something I set out to, or like I felt like that would be just thinking way too highly of myself to have thought that was even a possibility. It just wasn't even on my radar. I was just trying to really love and enjoy this craft. Oops, sorry, I keep hitting my water glasses over here to the side. Hold on. I'm trying to avoid loud gulping sounds, because if you're like me, that misophonia is real. But my throat, allergies, a little sip here and there. Yeah, when I just picked out a kit from Amazon while we were neck deep in the panini, as we all avoided saying the actual words like COVID or coronavirus or any of those things back then, because it was, I don't know if it was confirmed to be like regularly filtered if people were using those phrases. For all I know, it's still a thing. Who knows? But just being neck deep in that and being like, let me get some crafts from Amazon to just try to have a distraction, have something to do while we're stuck at home. And it was honestly like love at first drill placement. I really didn't know what I was doing at all. All I knew is that as soon as I started, I was like, oh, this is legit really relaxing, and I like this a lot more than I expected to. And then it was history. It was discovering licensed diamond painting. It was discovering other diamond painting shops. It was deciding to start an Instagram account and all this other stuff. But really just through it all, I think the longest I've gone without diamond painting in the past 5 years, I don't even know if there's been I doubt there's been even a full week I've gone without. A few days, sure, but I don't know if there's if it's been more than a week. Because even when we've traveled or something, I'll usually tuck a little more travel-friendly diamond painting to take along with me, just in case. So yeah, happy 5 years. I know a lot of you guys are also pandemic crafters and maybe celebrating similar birthdays, and a lot of you have mostly discovered diamond painting more recently. So either way, I'm so glad this craft is still here, and I hope it is here for a very, very long time to come. And thank you for just being the reason that my channel is what it is, and for just keeping me company and for being able to be people that I get to chat with in the comments and get to share and talk about, just nerd out over all things diamond painting. It's just fun. It's just fun and relaxing, and I'm thankful for you. But anyway, I don't necessarily have anything, big planned. I suppose you could say that me doing this princess series totally guilt-free is maybe my way of sort of celebrating, just working on lots of Disney princess kits. So maybe you could say that's my sort of celebration, but I don't have anything else really planned exactly. But yeah, just happy 5 years. Yay. And then as far as what I like, I kind of, when I was writing my little notes for myself, because I have a really horrible memory, I noted to myself, I was like, where do I think I see myself in the next 5 years? Like the stereotypical employer question or therapy question or whatever. Like, where do I see myself in 5 years? And it's like, okay, well, do I hold it loosely or do I like try to dream really big? I don't really know, because it's like just sort of letting everything happen organically. I like where that led me. Not to say that I didn't like work hard or that I didn't have goals, but I just sort of followed what made sense and sort of followed my heart in it all. I don't know that I necessarily have any goals. There's part of me that feels like that YouTube probably isn't a permanent thing, just because technology changes, people change as far as what they enjoy watching. I could wake up tomorrow and just no one's really interested in watching my videos anymore. I understand that it can be, very fickle, very fleeting. So I think I just I don't have any plans to go anywhere. As long as I'm still loving diamond painting and loving making videos and having video ideas and having things that I just want to be able to share about, I don't really want to go anywhere. I don't have necessarily any huge dreams and ambitions of I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know what an example would be. I just want to keep enjoying the craft and sharing about it and see where that takes me. Just enjoy the ride. Well, that's not too bad, you guys. No, I'm not at the end of my WIP and Chat, but we did finish that section. And I only started diamond painting maybe 30 minutes ago after I got all my stuff ready. Maybe a little less, so not bad. Maybe I will finish this before the end of the month. Where's my... Okay. All right, so I haven't had any issues with this ceramic blade pen with these canvases, so I don't know what was going on there, but there's that section. I do need to shift things a little bit so that I have space to move my canvas, because we have to flip it to another spot. So let me hold on just a moment while I move things around. I will get us resituated. This is not normally something I run into with these videos, because usually, we're not quite getting through that much. Look at how cute this is. Oh my gosh. She's so pretty. So pretty. Okay, so I'm kind of moving methodically through this. What I've been doing is I kind of am just starting at the bottom. I'm time-lapsing, for this video, I'm time-lapsing parts of the sections, mostly things like the animal companions. I like to time-lapse those, and then the princess's face and stuff. And then I tend to save the face and everything, kind of the focal point for last. But for now, I think I'm going to go ahead and do, I'll probably do these two sections and then time-lapse little raccoon buddy over here. Where's my washi tape? Oh, please. Okay. I do use a measuring tape to measure out my sections because I like being precise with them, but you can do whatever you want with yours. I am not at all telling you what to do. But other things I had going on this week. So I did... I think it was Thursday morning, I was having fun kind of doing a little bit of bargain hunting for diamond painting stuff. So I had thought, I've heard about people finding diamond paintings at the dollar store, 99-cent store, whatever. And I also was a little bit on a mission to kind of see if I could find some cute birthday stuff for Micah's birthday party, because we were going to have just a little get together in the park with family for his birthday. And so I was like, let me see if I could find some just cute birthday plates and stuff at the dollar store, and then it's super budget friendly and all that. And let me see if any of my dollar stores have these rumored diamond paintings. So I didn't have any luck finding unfortunately any diamond paintings at the 99-cent store, the dollar store. But then I did poke my head into Five Below for the first time. I've heard a ton about Five Below, but I'd never been in one myself. And again, thinking, let me see if they have any stuff that could be fun for Micah's birthday. I had a lot of fun poking my head around Five Below. Lots of really cute stuff there. I picked up a couple little things and a couple things for Micah's birthday, and just enjoyed kind of slow browsing through it. I got some like hair ties for really cheap, because like you know how it goes if you tie your hair back, that they just eventually they stretch out, they break, and you got to replace your hair ties. But super riveting stuff, I know. And my kids go through like reusable cups, like the ones I send to school, way too fast. And they had some for like $4 at Five Below. So I was enjoying myself. And it was also one of those mornings where I was not having like the best week mental health wise. And I just decided to get out of the house for a few hours one morning while the kids are in school and just kind of be out and about. And so I was slow browsing through the dollar store and, Five Below. It's the little things. And then I thought, let me go poke my head into Michael's, because I've heard people talking about how they're finding either the next set of seasonal stuff, but also like clearance finds. So let's go take a look at Michael's. And my Michael's had a fair amount of diamond painting stuff on clearance, which I did share about in my video yesterday. So yeah, I didn't run into any diamond paintings at the dollar store. I found where I think they would have been, so maybe they just were out, or maybe mine just didn't have them, because it was like there was some paint by number and stuff, so I was like, I bet this is where they would be if they had them. Five Below had one diamond painting, but it looked like it was one of those wild freestyle ones. I was like, oh no, this one isn't for me. I'm gonna pass on this one. Not even, I don't think, to show right now. I mean, maybe I'll go back and see if I change my mind. But you have to keep your eye out at Five Below, and if you have one near you, let me know if you find any fun diamond paintings there. But so yeah, my little bargain hunting outing this past weekend was relatively successful with Michael's, at least, and for birthday related stuff. Yeah, so fun. Those of you that had told me about Five Below, it was fun. Thanks for the recommendation. So yeah, Micah's birthday was yesterday, and just especially next to my 5-year diamond painting birthday or anniversary, it just makes me think back to, like, okay, when I started diamond painting, he was 2. Like, he had just freshly turned 2. And he was like a baby. Like, he was a baby. And I think sort of seeing it a little bit as a parent, seeing sort of the passage of time through, like, how old my kids are, I think is probably a pretty normal thing. But even just thinking about sort of diamond painting, it's like, what diamond paintings was I, are there certain ones that I sort of, it takes me back to that time in my kids' lives. I've been very nostalgic lately, so I think that happens a lot around my kids' birthdays, big milestone days. So I was feeling that a little bit. But yeah, I cannot believe that my youngest is 7. It feels like we are firmly outside of the baby, toddler, preschool years now, and we're not having any more kids. So, this is our family, and it's like no more babies, no more, so many things that go with having babies, and it's bittersweet. Like, I feel like our family is complete, but there's something about it that just is like that's, that phase is really over. And I just feel, I can feel a little melancholic when it comes to around, birthdays and stuff. But let's talk about the fun stuff. It was very sweet in the week leading up to his birthday here, because he just was really, really, really excited for his birthday. I felt like he just sort of really understood it and was excited for it in a way that he hasn't yet been, like, in past years. He does have special needs, so he's delayed in some ways. So there's just things that I really love and appreciate and get excited to see in his eyes and see his mind at work. So that was really special and exciting to kind of feel like we were anticipating his birthday all together. And we went to a park with family. We had cupcakes and pizza. Micah had requested cupcakes. He really wanted, he said strawberry, but then he said pink cupcakes specifically. So I did find some cupcakes at the grocery store that had pink frosting that he was really excited for. He's been really into Mario, and so he got some different like Mario related gifts and Cars 3, the movie related gifts, and was just really, really happy. He seemed like he was loving just sort of being celebrated and it being all about his birthday, and he's really excited now to be like, I'm 7. So it was a good day. It was a good celebration, and it was nice just because I feel like a lot of what I've been talking about and feeling with Micah recently has had more to do with just him having a really hard time with school and this transition to his new classroom. And honestly, that's still been really hard. I was in tears more than once this past week with just sort of feeling like a sense of like a failure as a mom. Like, did we make a mistake? Adam had to talk me down a couple of times and we talked through it, but just sort of, it really sucks to see your kid struggling, and just to feel like that responsibility of trying to make sure you're there to be like an advocate for your kiddo and just sort of understand and be able to like help understand like what their needs are and be able to communicate that and just try to make the best decision that you can with the information you have at the time. So it was just nice to have a day that just felt very, very light and just all about celebrating, and lots of wonderful memories made and pictures taken, and yeah, it was a really nice day. It was a really nice day. It was also nice to kind of cap off the week with that after I've struggled again this week. I know that last week I felt like my WIP and Chat was a little bit of a downer, just talking about more just some heavier things and just kind of feeling blue. Unfortunately, it has continued to feel kind of like a funk I haven't been able to kick. I feel level this evening, but that hasn't really been my experience most of the past week. And I wanted to mention this because it's a resource I feel like you might find helpful if you're feeling, similarly overwhelmed but wanting to look for help in the form of like a therapist. But I've had some luck with using Psychology Today, which I was like, oh, it's just a magazine. Like, why would I go to there? But no, it's a legit kind of resource to use where you can filter by state and by insurance and stuff like that to try to find, even by specialty, to find a therapist that, is available, takes your insurance. And so I did send out a couple of messages at the end of last week, and I need to kind of follow up this week because I got back, there was a mix up, and no, this one doesn't take my insurance. There's one I haven't heard back from, a couple more I want to message just as backups, but I'm trying to take the steps I need to help myself, take care of myself. But, sometimes it just feels like it can feel like it's a lot. So I'm hoping this week is a little bit better. And I'm just continuing to try to take it one day at a time, and just trying to shake out this tray without making a mess. But yeah, so I'll just say that yeah, it was not my favorite week in terms of just sort of, it's anxiety, it's depression, it's not fun. I always say here, like, I know it's not cute to necessarily talk about, and I understand if you're like, I am not here to hear about this, but equally, I know there are some of you that have said it has helped you feel less alone. And honestly, when you say that, it makes me feel less alone. So thank you for that. Just know you're not, it's not just you. You're not the only one who struggles, and we're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this. I did have, I am chuckling though, because I had an appointment with my doctor to do just to check in about a new medication I started recently. And while I was there, I was like, can I ask you just something totally unrelated? She's like, yeah, sure. I said, at one point, do I actually, are we actually concerned about how bad my memory is? And she kind of chuckled, because I was sort of chuckling too. And I said, I know that this is sort of a stereotypical, mom brain is a stereotypical thing, right? This idea that after you have kids, it can genuinely change your memory for a variety of reasons. And we talked through a number of different things, and I just said, my memory is not anywhere near as good as it used to be, and I noticed it in these different ways. She said it all just sort of, it did seem to her to sound like normal sorts of things. My doctor's not one to blow me off. I did not feel like she was blowing me off. We talked about some different things at length, but I just was like, I used to be sharper. I used to not have as poor a memory, I feel like, as I do now. And uh, I'm thinking through if there are ways that I can try to improve it a little bit. Like, that's why I say, like, I'm not kidding when I say the reason that I take notes before I dive into my WIP and Chats is because it's not because I'm trying to be, like, write a little script or be, fake or whatever. It's because I won't remember what happened last week, especially sort of on the spot like this to sort of talk about. It just lets me collect my thoughts a little bit better. But I don't know. Is anyone else, especially if you have kids, do you feel like your memory just got worse after you had kids? Or is it just me? We're also leading up to this weekend is a big milestone birthday for my husband. He is turning 40, so we have some plans to go out and celebrate this weekend, and I just really want him to feel so special and so loved, and just like it is a really wonderful birthday celebration. So we've invited a bunch of his friends to go out. We found a spot up in LA that I think is going to be a really neat spot to do. We're doing kind of like a James Bond themed vibe for the party, and coming up with some fun things that we can hopefully do to make it feel like a proper celebration out with friends. So, and keep it like on theme too. So I'm excited for that and just trying to hopefully make it a really fun time for everybody. Plan some fun like little activities or not activities, but like games or things that are, I don't know, just kind of be fun. We're gonna I already said, we're going out to a cool spot. We ended up moving locations just because I was like, actually, I think this other spot fits the vibe that we're looking for a little bit better. It's going to be right by like the Chinese theater. Well, now it's a TCL theater, Grauman's theater, up on like Hollywood, on Hollywood Boulevard. It's up near there. And so we'll see how that all goes. But send some happy 40th birthday wishes to my husband next weekend, if you think of it. And then I know I talked a lot about Micah and his birthday, but Connor also has just been a lot of fun lately. He's been so sweet. I took him with me and got some really, really nice one-on-one time, just him and me. We went out to pick out a birthday gift for Micah, but it ended up just being, honestly, the nicest time to just get to talk to him. I really want to make sure I'm creating moments like that to make sure I'm connecting with him and just talking, just kind of getting to hear what's on his mind and talk about different things, and just feel like it was very like good for my soul. And he was really sweet, helping pick out a birthday gift for Micah from him, and it was just nice. It was really nice. I want to make sure I'm finding ways to get like one-on-one time. I feel like Micah tends to get a lot of more like built-in one-on-one time with me, and I want to make sure I'm carving out just as much space to have that with Connor too, especially as he's going to be turning double digits this year for his birthday. You think I was melancholic for Micah's birthday? Like, I am going to be an actual disaster. I'm going to be a wreck for Connor's birthday because I'm going to be like, I can't, 10? You can't be 10. Like, Connor was way younger than Micah is now when I started diamond painting, when I started my channel. Like, that's it. It's very mind blown to me. But yeah, just soaking up these days with these boys. As far as what I've been reading and watching and listening to, I'm still in that reading rut. But I ended up, I decided to download a free trial of Kindle Unlimited just because I was kind of curious. And so if you have any Kindle Unlimited recommendations, because I think it's like if something is in the Kindle Unlimited library and you have Kindle Unlimited, you can borrow it or like quote buy it. How does it work? You can have some in your library at a time, right? But it's free, to pick out a book to like have in your library and read or whatever. So anyway, if you have any books that are in the Kindle Unlimited library that you'd like to recommend that you think might help break my reading rut, please let me know. I like the fantasy genre, and does not have to be romance. I don't mind romantasy. I mean, obviously, like A Court of Thorns and Roses was, and lots of like Sarah J. Maas works are ones that I enjoy, but definitely doesn't have to be romance. I'm open to anything though, I suppose. Not like, I mean, like historical fiction doesn't tend to appeal to me, but probably something light, I suppose, but something that's engaging. I know that can be really subjective. Basically, though, if you have something you love that's on Kindle Unlimited, feel free to let me know in the comments. Watching, Adam and I got through another episode of Star Trek Discovery, and we have just 2 episodes left in season 2. I am really, really, really enjoying this season a lot. I know it's been out for a while, but you know, we're slow adopters sometimes. I'm loving it a lot. I don't know how we're going to decide. Maybe we'll have to see how the season ends. If we're going to keep watching Star Trek Discovery, if we're going to go ahead and immediately hop over to Strange New Worlds. That's going to be a hard decision. I also continue to have people recommending to me that I need to watch the show Arcane, and that just for whatever reason has been kind of really piquing my interest. And I don't know if that's something Adam and I will watch together, or I'll just be like, let me just watch it on my own time, because he wants to watch it too. But a lot of times we don't necessarily try to coordinate watching all our shows together because, you know, there's only so much time in a day. So we'll see, but that's on my radar, and I'm so curious to see how many of you are going to agree that yes, I need to watch Arcane, because I've heard so many wonderful things about it. I haven't watched any of it at all, but I'm very intrigued, and I think it's going to be right up my alley. I think it will. Just a hunch. Listening to, I don't really have anything exciting on this front. I'm still kind of whenever I get to listening to, I tend to talk about things like I listen to podcast style on YouTube. I just haven't really, just kind of aimlessly clicking around and to see if stuff like grabs my attention. I have like a couple little like docu-series or mini-series I keep meaning to watch. I mentioned the Lisa Frank one. I haven't watched that one yet. I know that there's an update video that went out at one point on, oh shoot, what's that family's name? Oh, I don't remember who that was. But they had like adopted a special needs kid from overseas, and it was basically like it was really, really messy, because it was for their basically felt like it was for their YouTube channel, and then they like ended up giving him back up after a couple of years it was messy. But there was like so many years later kind of update video, and I remembered following along with that story when it happened, and the fact that there's a follow-up, I'm like, oh, I'm curious to see what that is. I remember the kid's name was Huxley, but I don't remember the name of like the family or the channel. But anyway, so yeah, some different things like that I'm kind of interested in, but I just haven't gotten to yet. As far as what I have coming up this week here on the channel, well, you'll have a month in review video from me. I do have a sneak peek coming from a small accessory shop if USPS cooperates. We are both watching the tracking and just hoping it actually does show up as currently scheduled. I don't have any fun April Fool's videos planned this year. I did do a really silly April Fool's video a couple of years ago. It's been a couple of years at this point. I'll see if I can find it and link it below. But I don't have any chaos videos planned for this year. I'm sorry. It's just going to be boring. I think that April 1st, if that small shop accessories shop box arrives on time, that's going to go up on April Fools. So we'll see. I also have a sneak peek from Diamond Art Club that I am very, very, very excited about. Like I said, it's one of those that I'm like, I just kind of want to drop everything and work on it. But I don't know if it's going to be that or if it's just going to be rainy day stash, straight to rainy day stash. And I have some other kits just sort of that have been slowly accumulating, and they've just kind of been sitting and waiting for me to unbox in very small shops and stuff. So maybe I'll grab one of those to do as well. So some fun stuff this week. I always really enjoy checking in to do month in review videos, and it seems like it's you guys enjoy it, and then I get to hear from you on what you've worked on. So looking forward to that. Excited that I actually have an update on my temperature project to share with you all. and that I have some completed kits to show you too. Yeah, I'm like, I could almost finish this section before the end of this WIP and Chat, but not quite. If I went for like 10 more minutes maybe, but yeah, not today. Anyway, if you made it all the way to the end of this video, how about, what should we do for Pocahontas? How about your favorite like woodland creature? Because she's like in the forest, like in the song. Yeah, your favorite kind of woodland creature. We'll go with that in honor of Pocahontas here. So anyway, friends, I hope that you are doing well. Thanks for spending some time with me today in my weekly WIP and Chat. I do these every Monday, like I said, so if you want to make sure you don't miss out on those or any of my other diamond painting videos, I invite you to subscribe if you would like to. I'd love to have you as part of my community here. Along with weekly WIP and Chats, you'll see things like unboxings, reviews, tutorials, other just diamond painting related videos. And yeah, you're always more than welcome here. And let me know what you're working on. I know I asked kind of a huge variety of different questions and asked for your thoughts on various things throughout this video, and I look forward to hearing you share them below if you choose to do so. Either way, thanks for watching. I'm gonna keep working on this kit and see what kind of progress I can make and see what I have to show you in my month in review video, but I am gonna go ahead and let you go. I hope you are doing well and taking care, and that you have a day and a week that's as amazing as you are. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.